Hello. So today I'm going to be showing you how I make my high protein chicken salad. So first thing, I like to grab some nuts because I like to chop it up and put some nuts in there. I usually grab whatever fruit, preferably apple or grapes. I have some apples from the apple orchard that I'm using up. Real mayonnaise, plain Greek yogurt, Aldi brand. This right here is the way we get that extra protein in. And then this is also Aldi brand chicken breasts. This meal really is brought to you by Aldi because these nuts are also Aldi. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start by opening up our chicken salad, or our chicken breast chunks. And then you're gonna strain all of the water out of it. And this is where you're gonna see me leave for a minute. You want to get as much water out of it as possible just because the runniness is just not awesome. Perfect. So once you have your chicken salad, I grab a few spoons. You're then going to scrape it into, I like to use a Tupperware container because this makes more than just one serving. And then I like to mash it up because these chunks are pretty decent size. The more broken up it is, honestly, the easier it is to kind of mix everything together. Perfect. So then it kind of looks like some shredded chicken. From there, I'm going to cut up my apple. And I don't really know exactly how much I use. It all really depends on how much crunch you want. And then how big of pieces you want. So it's more of a preference thing. I usually use about half an apple. I find that works. Half or 3/4. This apple is small, so I will end up using 3/4. If my cooking teacher could see me now, how I was cutting this apple and how unsafe I'm using my fingers currently. And then I like to just chop it up so we have a little bit smaller pieces. And then from there, I just throw this right in that Tupperware container. Honestly, I will make a full salad. I'll make a full one, and then what I do is I just throw it back in the fridge, and I'll either eat it for dinner or for lunch the next day. So what do we got here? Got some plain Greek yogurt. I'm gonna tell you what, Greek yogurt I really don't think goes bad. I feel like I've had this for a really long time, but still tastes good. So the recipe that I learned this from said to use like 1/4 of a cup to a 1/2 cup. 3/4 of a cup is technically a serving for 15 grams of protein. I usually do like 2 or 3 big spoonfuls here because I just need enough. And what it does is it's gonna supplement that mayo. So I'm not using anything that's super high in fat. Don't get me wrong, I love mayonnaise. I think it tastes amazing. And then for mayo, I usually use just like 1 spoonful. So the more Greek yogurt I use, the less of the mayo I have to use. But I still use mayo because if not, it just doesn't have that chicken salad taste. So then I mix this up. And so everything's evenly covered. I really eyeball everything. I'm not one of those people that like to measure. So once everything's evenly mixed up, I then always do a taste test. Okay, that was a good ratio. If not, what I'll end up doing is, if it's not a good ratio, I'll have to figure out, do I need more mayo? Do I need more Greek yogurt? Then I take about a handful of nuts, put them down here. And this is because I like the crunch. So the apple brings the crunch, but I also like the crunch the nuts bring. So you could probably throw these in a food processor. I'm about convenience and less dirty dishes. So this usually, I get bigger pieces than I like to sometimes, but just kind of chop these right up. I don't know if you've ever done this before, but I always suggest hand up, fingers up, and I just put a lot of pressure, not a lot, but I put a good enough pressure right here to really keep the nose of the knife in place. And I just move the top one back and forth. So, that's close enough. Then I'll throw those in. Rinse off for a second. And then I'll mix those nuts in so we get some more of that crunch spread throughout. And then I will eat this one of a few ways. So if I have some crackers on hand, I will eat this with crackers to add some carbs in there. If I do not have crackers, I'll use bread. Today I actually have tortilla shells. I'm gonna make a chicken salad wrap out of it instead today. Or I just use it as plain chicken salad, and it's fantastic. So, in a can of chicken salad, so this is 2 servings, we got 11 grams of protein. And then I used about 1/4 of a cup with my spoonfuls, which would mean that I probably have around 5 grams of protein here. So just in the chicken salad and the Greek yogurt itself, I have about 16 grams of protein, which is a really good lunch size. And then for your nuts, I've got about another 5 grams of protein. So about 25 grams of protein here. My math is off. Around 23 grams or whatever. But this right here, super easy. I usually cut this into 2 servings. It's a really filling but light lunch. It's not gonna get you too overly full, but it's gonna help you feel good, feel lighter, and also fuel your body in a really good way. I also really like it because I then go and stand behind a desk after. I don't always get a lot of movement in after I'm done eating, and this right here is just filling, but also light enough that I don't feel I need to go lay down. So, enjoy. Let me know if you try this recipe, and I'll see you all next time.